If I could go back and give myself advice when I decided to become a VTuber, I think the one thing I would want to tell myself is you don't need to be like the big successful VTubers that you see and to try and like, I guess, emulate what they do. You don't have to be like them. You don't necessarily have to do what they do. Because as a new VTuber, it's way more important to build yourself up first than trying to do everything you see the bigger successful VTubers do right out the gate. Not only is that unrealistic, but it's a quick way to have you not want to actually become a VTuber or I guess burn out super early. And this is all just coming from me being around for a little while now and sitting back and kind of just viewing the scene, and I see all the time, I see new VTubers come into space and they're trying to do everything too quickly, if that makes sense.
Whoa, brother, whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip.
And I know I'm not the only one who sees this. Like, how many times have like you guys seen a VTuber come around and a couple of months later you see that they're graduating or they're taking a hiatus just because, you know, they feel they're not doing as well as they thought they were going to be doing. You shouldn't try to copy your favorite VTuber. And when I say that, I don't mean you shouldn't try to aspire to be just as successful as them or take inspiration from what they do. No, that's fine. But you shouldn't exactly try to do the things that they are doing the same way they're doing it, because it's not going to work. Like, you don't need the full 3D model out the gate. You don't need a model with all the expressions and toggles and things like that. You really don't. You just need the basic, bare minimum thing to get you started and get going immediately from there. I think a lot of people get hung up on, oh, I need to have an amazing looking model or no one's gonna even bother watching my content, which I don't think is necessarily true. I get that it's branding, but also you shouldn't let that worry you too much and stop you from creating in the first place. Big VTubers can do big projects and get new models all the time and do big collabs. They can do the full 3D, tracking and all the insane lore videos, just all those over the top things because they're big VTubers. These are top tier VTubers, the elite, I guess, when you look at them. And they can do that because, well, they've earned it. They put in the time and effort and they've built themselves up to, I guess, be where they are currently. So for them, it's normal and it's not that big a deal. And I guess people kind of expect that from them at a certain point when you're a certain size, right? Because you have the resources to do those type of things. And some VTubers who aren't necessarily there start to think that in order to compete and get viewers, they need to be doing the same thing. And they attempt to emulate them and they start to get stressed out. They graduate and sometimes they crash out on Twitter or they never even get started in the first place. It's just not sustainable for someone just starting out. Usually you just don't have the same time that they have, you don't have the resources or the connections that they do. I mean, you don't even have to make the same type of content you see the successful VTubers doing. Like, for example, streaming. I know streaming is like the main thing a lot of VTubers do, but I also see a lot of new VTubers get into space and they're just streaming and they're constantly saying how they're struggling, their streams aren't getting any views and things like that. And then like I'll check where their other content is, I'll check their channel. I won't really say anything, but I'll check their other links and like their YouTube channel has no presence, or they don't have a YouTube channel at all, or they don't have any other social platforms, TikTok, Instagram, nothing to pull in viewers. They're just streaming nonstop all day. And I feel like it's pretty obvious at this point that you can't just become a VTuber and just stream 8 hours a day and expect really to get anywhere. Me personally, I do want to stream one day, but right now that's not really what I feel is the best use of my time as a content creator, because again, this isn't a full-time thing that I'm doing. Like I said, I have a job and other things going on in my life. So for me to try and sit around and stream for 6 to 8 hours, that would be it'd be a waste of time when it comes to content and not using my time to make content smart. And I've also said before, two of my favorite VTubers, two of the VTubers that inspired me to get started in the first place are Kenji and Numi. And as much as I like their streams and I like watching their content, I can't do what they do. My personality type is different from theirs. I have my own likes and interests, so it'd be foolish of me to even attempt to be like them or copy them and do the same things they're doing, no matter how much I like their content. So right now, I'm just sticking to what I like doing and what seems to work for me on my schedule and on my time. And when I feel like I want to, I guess, branch out and do something else, I can do it. But I think it's best to do those type of things slowly over time. As far, that includes getting a new model, getting toggles, all that stuff. Like, it'd be cool to have like a 3D model one day. But right now, I think it would be a waste of time, or especially a waste of money for me to invest in something like that. And I don't really feel like I'm at that stage yet. This was just another video of me, I guess, rambling on about something that I've been thinking about that's been on my mind lately. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.